We are live. Welcome to Vault Companions for our second episode of Bioshock Perdition. Uh, we're going to be playing on Kids on Bikes system. The We're going to be going around the table. I'm Patrick. I'm your game master. My pronouns are he, him. I will be literally everyone in this that isn't a player. And I will throw it over to Natalie.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name's Natalie. She, they. I'm known as Ghost Candle where it's important. And I am playing Addison Fox, she, her, and she is a civil engineer in Rapture.
Let's go to Sparrow.
Hi-oh, I am your favorite burb on the interweb. My pronouns are he, him. I go by A Black Sparrow on all places relevant, and I am playing Wendy Hendricks, who is also a civil engineer in Rapture, and their pronouns are also he, him.
And I will throw it over to Dianna.
Hi, folks. I am Dianna, known as Girl Pants, depending on where you're following. Pronouns she, her. Today I am playing a Helena Hellcat Ortega, a former boxer turned revolutionary. Also pronouns she, her.
All right. And then we're going to go around to Flynn.
Hi, I'm Flynn, they, she. My screen names are OMG Flan, Flan, or OMG Flynn, Flynn. And then I will be playing Josephine Holiday, whose pronouns are she, her, and she is a dancer at Eve's Garden.
All right. I want to remind everyone to tip this wonderful cast to show your support because they are fantastic and wonderful. If you pitch in $1, you'll earn our deep gratitude. If you pitch in $3, you'll buy a Hippo of Eve, which is a +2 to any roll. If you pitch in $5, you'll buy a token of Adam for a player, which can be very valuable. Go to our Ko-fi at ko-fi.com/vault companions to contribute. Content warnings. Bioshock Perdition is set in a volatile underwater environment with society in turmoil. Please enjoy responsibly. Content warnings for this episode may include war, fantasy violence, harm to loved ones, substance use abuse, body horror, monsters and monstrosities, descriptions of severe illness, guns, memory loss, societal collapse, characters in crisis after traumatic experience both recent and in the past, interrogations, mentions of injections, torture, drowning, claustrophobia, mental breakdown or paranoia, and jump scares. We encourage you to step away if at any point this content becomes not enjoyable for you. We are keeping each other safe at the table and want you to be safe as well. So, let's drop back into things as a kind of refresher. You all were at a New Year's Eve party, and then suddenly there was raucous sound and energy and gunfire. You all were amidst the start of hostilities with Addison, Hellcat, and Josephine in the thick of it, and Wendy swooping into the rescue. Now, I will say we got a donation from Dan on Ko-fi, so there is a Hippo of Eve up for someone who needs it. Just win. Let me know beforehand. You'll get a +2 to your roll, and that way, you know, if something bad is happening, you can help yourselves. All right. So
So we just call and we just say, "Hey, I'm going to use Dan's help," and that will do it. Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
Shout out to Dan. All right. So let's switch over to
Yeah, thanks, Dan.
You know what? I'm going to go ahead and ask for some initiative rolls because
Yeah.
you all are in combat. So everyone here, go ahead, give me a flight check.
Oh, flight. Okay. I was about to ask, that's D20, but okay, that's my D4, which is fine.
Yep.
Nope,
That's
that's my
also me.
D10. Okay. Oh, thank God. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I think we've established that Hellcat does not run.
It's
I
a
gotta
boy.
say,
3.
Yeah.
Three!
Okay. What was Hellcat?
3?
Okay.
This is why we went for
And-
cover last time.
Yeah.
Yeah, we definitely ran for cover.
And what was Josephine?
7.
7. Okay. Well,
My flight I got, apparently. 7 is not that
all
great,
right.
actually. But that's
Well,
fine.
you know what? Let's start from the outside of the Kashmir Restaurant. Wendy, you are behind cover as these splicers. You know got the jump on them. Two of them have been wounded from your tactically genius deployment of a shotgun. And they're actually going to go. Well, actually, one of them goes first, and he is going to raise up a wrench, and he's going to be like, "All right, I guess we're going to have some fun tonight." And he's going to make an attack on you.
Now, something to note is because I hit him with my shotgun, that's a -3 from the. Oh, that's for them to defend, I think. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind. Continue as you were moving.
You know what? That was cocked. Go ahead and make a brawn check.
You got it. That is an 11 total.
You match them perfectly. So you're at the end of this alleyway, and this, like,
Oh, hold on.
goes-
Wait, I explode. Hold on. Sorry, I just realized. I get to roll again because it's a D10 plus 1, and I was like, wait a second.
Yeah, you explode. Absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Go for it.
I'm still learning. Okay, hold on. Okay, that's a 16 total. Sorry.
Yeah.
Damn.
This splicer, not anything, you can tell, like, this is just a thug that has a weapon on them. There's no expertise or any kind of panache with their weapon. Just raises a crowbar and starts running at you. And, a someone swinging a blunt object out of a dark alleyway, you kind of just duck behind the cover you're at, and he kind of overswings, and you actually get kind of like a opening on him. So that he totally misses you. I'm gonna have you actually go next. You are able to. You have this splicer that just swung on you, and you have the other splicer down at the end of the hall or at the end of the alleyway. What would you like to do?
So I mean, I'm gonna get this dude that is right near me. He has just swung, so you graciously informed me that I have an opening. So I'm gonna just and hit him with the shotgun.
Yeah,
So-
go for it.
Let us see here. That is okay. That's a 17 to hit, if I'm doing that correctly. And then I think that takes a significant amount away from him because number 3 from total, but I have crack shot. So is that -5 from their roll? Does that
No,
have
crack shot.
Okay.
Crack shot is -2 from the
Okay.
rest.
Right, but I think the shotgun takes -3, or I might be miscounting. I think it's -3 total. That's what it is.
Yeah, I
-3.
think the shotgun adds your brawn.
Yes, got it.
Yes. So, you rolled a 17, and you have crack shot, which minuses 2 from their defense. I rolled a 3. I was gonna give you some kind of like little bonus for getting him unaware, but actually, there's no need. You see that this is definitely a splicer. Like you can see once he steps in the light, like his face has that like kind of sagging but puffy nature of someone who's been really tampering with their own genes too much, and you are easily able to parry, and then you have a sawed-off shotgun that you press right against him, and they're done. They're boom. You pull the trigger. They're done. So as you spray the back of this alley with a bit of splicer, the other is going to make an attack on you.
Okay.
Yeah. Now they're a little bit better, but not by much. They got okay. You actually roll your brawn first.
Okay. That's going to be a 9 from me this time.
9. So they got a 19. So
unfortunate.
you like step out from cover and expertly parry this splicer, and then you see this woman at the end in like a kind of, her gown has kind of like gone to tatters, and she's wearing like a rabbit mask, and she cackles as she's like, opening up a shop for me, and then fires, and you feel the round hit somewhere in your torso in a bad place. Go ahead and give yourself a major injury.
Okay. Thank you for that.
Okay.
No thanks.
We're gonna cut inside as let's see, Addison was in that little alcove hidden away as the splicer came up the stairs. Hellcat and Josephine had jumped behind the bar. I'm gonna go ahead. It's Josephine's turn. There is a splicer who is firing on you. What would you like to do?
I think that my first instinct would be to, even though I do have my gun in my hand, I would try and see if there's like a stool, like a bar stool in arm's reach, so I can try and like chuck it and then fire. For some reason, that just seems.
No,
or that's
I get
too
it.
much.
No, you're trying to like kind of throw up a distraction. Like if you just stand up at a person that has a gun, chances are they're going to fire at you. So
Yeah.
I want you to make let's say a charm check first.
Oh, okay. I have an 8. Okay, that's 6.
Okay. Let's see if this.
Oh no, Patrick's gonna kill us.
Yeah. Their first battle. Oh my god.
I know.
You chuck this bar stool at them, and they have to duck out of the way. They're just a large piece of furniture is coming at them. Go ahead and make your attack roll.
Okay, which is 5.
Yes.
Oh god, which is my D4, which is great. This is good. Okay. That's a 2. Oh, +1. That's a 3.
What are you?
Fine.
Are you firing with your shotgun?
Yeah.
Add your brawn.
Oh yes. Okay. Oh, thank goodness. Which is a 6. No, 9. Which is a 9.
Okay. So what was it? What was the total on it?
12.
You pop up. They're kind of like, you see the stool swing by them, and they had to like kind of duck out of the way. You have a shotgun. You point in their general direction and you fire, and you see them like clutch at something and then just kind of like definitely go down for a moment. You know that you didn't like take them out, but they've got the heavy hit.
Oh, thank goodness.
All right. Let's go Hellcat.
Yeah, so with that opening, because that was a successful toss for her,
Yeah.
right? So I'm like, great job. And I'm going to well, when I pulled you down, I grabbed and I had my Tommy gun in my hand, and I was ready to stand up and start blasting. So anyway, I started blasting. So I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna start blasting, and using using my Tommy gun. Is it just one? Is it just one guy, or is it how many? How many am I looking? Are we looking at here that are around us?
What? Here, I'll do a D20. Do you want highs or lows?
Oh man. Let's go low.
3. It's just that one guy for you.
Hey, all right, let's go. All right. So yeah, so anyway, I start blasting, and I'm gonna go and I'm gonna start I'm gonna attack with my Tommy gun. So because I got a Tommy gun, I can roll an additional attack wait, it's just a second target. But
yeah, it's just a second target.
So then never mind. So just one guy. So I'm gonna roll that. And that's a 10. Yeah, that's a 10, right? With my Tommy gun. Okay, then yeah, a 10 with my Tommy gun.
You fire. You definitely like get the jump on them. You beat them, but not enough to really do any damage. So you spray bullets, and they're forced to like they were out in the open. So you just spray bullets, and they're forced to dive behind like some kind of furniture that splinters as you just tear it apart with your Tommy gun. The clatter of it just like echoing across this the second floor. Addison, what would you like to do?
So Addison's ducked in behind in the booth. I think it was Diane Rachel was in behind her, was freaking out because she had blood on her face.
Yes.
So I think Addison just tries very quickly to get the view, seeing that Josie and Hellcat kind of cleared away. I was ready to do something with telekinesis, so let me know if I can do this. If I can like telekinesis, just throw the cover they had and have it like push them over the balcony.
Absolutely. Oh, you want to just grab the whole group of it and
just
throw it?
Yeah.
Yes. Go ahead and do just a fight check with your telekinesis, and I will do a brawn check.
All right. Fight is my DA. There we go. Oh, I don't like how low that is, so I'm going to spend my Adam because I have so much to re-roll that.
Oh no, it's not re-roll. You add.
Sorry.
You add to it.
Add to it. And how much can I add in one go?
As much Adam as you have. It just costs 2 points to add a point like to your die roll.
Okay, because currently, I'm sitting at 9, so maybe
I will say, right now they have a 7. You will absolutely push them over. But
Okay.
if you can get yourself 3 more points, you will cause an injury.
Oh, then I'll do that. I have enough to do 3 more points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yay!
So you like reach into your mind and you're not looking for finesse. You just see the cluster of furniture and you're just like, move. And you just push this splicer and they're like, what? Ah, 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 ah! And they fall backwards over the balcony into like the bottom floor. You hear like a splash from the bottom floor. When that bomb went off, it bombs in underwater submerged cities are a bad thing. And there's definitely a leak that is filling up the bottom floor of this restaurant. So,
Yep.
that's your turn.
Cool.
You definitely wallop this splicer and you have cleared the danger from this floor. However, that does not mean you are out of danger. You see like kind of like a guy who's like just got a big gross lumpy tumor kind of covering obscuring his face like it's so bad that it like pushed out the corner of his lip and he comes up the stairs swinging a weapon and there's also another one carrying just a box and it's hard to make out but you think that the box is full of explosives that they use to blow a hole in this place. We're gonna go ahead and roll on the on the nitro. Josephine and Hellcat. Give me a what is it? What is it? Give me a flight check. Your DC is 7.
I'm not gonna do that.
Hey, you might as well.
It'll be great.
I know, it's a 1.
Oh, I have 9. I have 9.
Hellcat doesn't run.
No.
I will mention, this is you see this this splicer reach into the box and pull out a grenade and just like huck it at the bar. You two are like you're
Son of a
behind
bitch.
cover. You're safe from bullets. But the grenade clatters at your feet. Josephine, you're a pretty
Wait,
jumpy
hold on,
person.
Hellcat. You got how many points? Can I use my Adam to help you? How many you get?
Yeah, I mean, like, can I? I feel like I need to use an Adam here because that was really bad.
What
How
did
many
you
did
roll,
you
Hellcat?
get though?
I rolled a 1.
No.
Okay, so
I
you need to
can't- I
find you need to find 6 more points. You can
Oh, for
spend
flooding.
your Adam, or Flynn, you can help out.
I can spend 4 Adam.
Can
There's
I
also that
use
Eve.
Dan's special
Yeah.
thing?
Hey, Dan pitched in for a hippo of Eve. Would you like to take it right now?
I think so.
Dan.
Okay,
Dan.
so you're up to 3.
Thank you so
You need to
much.
spend 4 more points. So
I've got
either
that. I could do that.
okay. Flynn, do you want to burn through your Adam? It's 2 Adam per point.
Yeah. Okay. So I have 8. So you need 4
Can
more
I use my
points, you
armored
said?
shell?
Oh, what does your armored? Oh no, armored shell is for this is you having to dodge out of the way of something. So unfortunately,
Okay, got it. Understood.
Yeah. Yeah, but Josephine can spend their Adam in order to kind of save you. Would you like to do that?
Yes, I have 8.
Yeah. Okay.
So that makes it, right?
8?
Yeah, you absolutely
I failed a lot last time.
Hellcat, there's a moment where just like you're staring at an active explosive and like, hey, you've taken a punch to the face, but that's way different from like what a bomb does. And for a moment you kind of like
hear me just go.
ah! Um, you feel Josephine's arm around you before you even know that you're moving, and you both just like topple over the bar. You're out in the open, but you feel the explosion go off behind you, and you hear the shredding of like the carpentry, like the wood that the bar is made out of, the glass behind it, everything is just torn apart as this bomb goes off behind you. And you hearing this, you know that your human flesh would not have had a very good time of it.
No,
Mm-mm.
that's true.
I think
And
at that time I'm
pisses
like,
me off.
now we're even.
Now we're definitely
You
even.
pulled me. Okay.
Um, that is their two attacks. I'm going to go back up to the top of the order. I'll come back to Wendy in a second. I'm going to go to Josephine.
Oh no. Wait, but do I see Wendy? Oh no, I just. Okay, but do I see Wendy now that we
No, no, you
dove
do
from
not.
behind? Okay, I don't see Wendy yet.
Wendy is doing
Oh,
his job
fuck me.
outside.
Okay. That's right. Okay. Um, I think. Okay. Am I? Fuck me. All right. Am I able to see the? Is there anybody around? You said that this floor is cleared of splicers. Yes.
You have two coming up the stairs. That one who threw a bomb and another one that has a blunt instrument.
Yeah. Oh, a blunt instrument. Okay. I want to shoot him with my shotgun.
Yeah, absolutely, go for it.
Okay.
Which one are you going for? The one with the bomb or the one with the weapon,
The
the
bomb.
blunt, the bomb? Okay.
The bomb.
Absolutely, go for it.
Okay. D4. Okay, but it's with my brawn. Okay. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, I don't see Wendy. Okay. Oh, that's. Oh no. Okay, that's a 9.
You get a shot off, but it's not quite enough to cause an injury. You clearly they have to
It's still a little too far.
they're not keen to get shot either. So like a shotgun fires off and they're having to duck down behind the stairs. But unfortunately you just didn't get them. We're gonna go from Josephine to Hellcat.
I am so angry. I am really annoyed. This is really annoying. I'm finding the situation incredibly annoying. And what is can you describe the scene for me? Like, what am I looking at right now?
Yeah, you're kind of on the upper floor. I guess I don't know. You call it like a mezzanine. Like it overlooks the
Okay.
bottom floor.
Okay.
There, you have the you just jumped out of the bar. You know that Addison took cover in the alcove to the left, and then there's the stairwell right in front of you where they're coming up from. You would know that there's bathrooms in the back that you can get to, and that's also one of the entrances and exits from this restaurant. If you thought, hey, this is a bad place, maybe we should get out of here, that would be one way to get out of the situation.
Is there any water in front of me, or any like of the dudes running towards water or running on water?
You
Am I
know that
noticing any of that?
Addison chucked that guy with her telekinesis, and he fell from the balcony into the water that is pooling on the first floor.
Okay. Um, and we're near the exit, right?
Yeah, you can make a run for the exit easily.
All right. I'm gonna grab I'm just gonna grab you, and we're just gonna run, or is she too far away? And then
No,
I'm gonna
you're right
spray
next.
behind me.
Yeah,
Okay,
you're right
I'm
next
just
to
gonna
Josephine.
grab
She
her.
just threw you over the bar.
Yeah, so I'm gonna like, all right, let's go, and I'm gonna grab Josephine and pull out my Tommy gun and just and starts, and once again starts spraying.
Hey,
Kind of just
I love.
make like get out of the way, like to
Yeah,
get them to
I
be
love it.
distracted.
Like, you're not looking to like finish this fight. You're just looking to keep people from following you, which is a great way to play this. I'll say, do a flight check, but add.
You're
I'll
killing me,
say,
Smalls.
I will say, add a D6 to your roll.
Okay, and
I'm gonna-
remember, I don't have any more Adam left.
It's okay. It's cool. Don't worry about
Okay,
it. I got it.
your
I
DC,
got
your
it.
DC for this is gonna be a 5.
Um, am I? Nope, I can't. I can't do that. All right, let's try it. Let's go. 6.
Yeah, you absolutely make it. You grab
Oh, okay.
Josephine, and the two of you, you have one arm around her, your right arm extended, firing. Tommy guns are not one-handed weapons. They're absolutely not. You're just
No,
spraying
it's
wildly.
braced. It is braced against me. I am using all of the brawn and grit that I have to hold this thing while we're like I'm just pulling and we're just moving forward. So
Yeah,
yeah, I'm just
uh,
doing that.
Josephine, you you just launched Hellcat over the bar, and in the delirium that you have from the explosion, you suddenly feel like the forceful hand of a like very strong, and when Hellcat wants to move somewhere, they there is not much that resists them. So you
That's
feel
okay.
that immediately, whisking you towards the exit. I'll say, you absolutely make it to the exit with no issue. And let's go to Addison. You're still kind of in a degree of cover because those you're in that hidden in that alcove while
Mhm.
those other two came up and started firing on Josephine and Hellcat. What would you like to do in this situation?
So when Hellcat started to do like that spray of cover, do I see her and Josie running to the washroom, and is it like near me?
They're actually running away from you towards the exit, towards like the main Market Street exit. Actually, no, it would probably be that would probably be the back exit towards the service exit.
Okay.
So you are watching them depart. Is there something that you would like to do?
Well, first, as like the spray is suddenly going out, I'll be telling Diana, "Is like, you need to go. I can't wait for you here. So go. You got to go when you hear this time to go." And then like I turn back and as I see the splicer with the grenades, I'm just gonna telekinesis to force hold. Like if they're about to pop a pin, I'm just gonna force hold it there. Just
Right.
telekinesis to hold the grenade there.
It's totally
Nice.
natural. That's the thing that they have. They have a box full of grenades. So I'm gonna go ahead and say roll. You know what? I'll roll it, and we'll see what they get. Um, they have a. Ooh, they have a really bad. Okay. They need to make. We'll say the DC is 8. Um, they do not make it. So they as they're pulling out like this makeshift explosive device that they're like this is what they do is they just throw explosives around. You kind of like lock it in their hand for just a second too long. And you see the panic rise on their face where they're like, oh, and then it explodes because it's an explosive.
And then I just immediately scatter for the exit.
Yeah, make me
Nice.
a flight check on this.
It is not my best.
I'll say DC is again going to be 5.
I got to explode, so let's see. Well, it was a 1. I have 4 Atom tokens left.
Do you want to? Yeah. Do you want to spend your 4 Atom tokens for an escape?
I think
I will
so
say
because
you. Oh yeah. Go ahead.
I was gonna say because I feel like there was already explosion and water happening downstairs, and now I just set off an even worse one upstairs. I don't want to be in here.
Would any of my spray? I mean, because obviously, like I see her running towards the exit. Like, would any of my spray assist in that? DM?
Now you didn't have a particularly impressive roll, but I'll tell you what.
Girl.
I will be generous, and I will allow. Let's do a charm roll. It'll be a DC. It's going to be a DC 7. You're trying to like frighten these splicers into not. They're amped up. They're ready for a fight, and you're trying to persuade them not to. So, DC 7 charm.
You want me to do that?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. This is technically charming you. This is what you're talking about, right? Like, this is a charm to the boss. All right, let's see. Let's see what happens. Oh shit! An 8.
Explode?
Ah! Wait, did that explode?
It explodes!
Yeah! Go again! Go again!
Go!
14!
Oh, okay. Yeah, hey, this isn't the first time that a job has gone so far south. And you have like, you have kind of like a pretty good strategy of like, hey, you're not necessarily bulletproof. So if the bad things are happening, don't be where the bad things are. And you have just kind of like the skill enough with your Tommy gun to spray in a way that makes pursuing you kind of a bad idea. So I'll say that assists Addison. You almost make it. I'm going to still require that you spend at least 1 Atom token to make it.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Just like low ducking, like heels going click, 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 click.
Spray and pray right over your head.
We cut to the alley. Wendy, you feel a warm spot in your shirt. You feel the pain and sluggishness of a serious wound. You're not gasping or wheezing, but you're not in a good spot, and you are next to act as this splicer stands ahead of you.
So she said something about saving a shot for her. Wendy is going to look down at the spreading, like, dark spot because he's wearing a darker shirt, and grit his teeth, look over at the splicer, and vanish. And using teleportation, and I'm showing up right behind this person. And I am aiming right at the base of her neck with this wrench that I have in my hand. So I'm going to go ahead and take a swing, and because I love a good teleportation, that's going to give me +3.
Yes, absolutely.
And then the wrench is going to add +2, so that's nice. Well, I'm sitting at a nice clean 23 on that, roll.
I am going to roll their brawn check now, but I can promise you it's not going to be where I need it to be.
Okay.
you poof out of existence for a moment. Like you've done teleportation before.
Mhm.
You kind of like there's just a period of time where everything kind of like deafens around you. You're not like moving through time. You're moving
Mhm.
through space in a just very direct way. And
Mhm.
you kind of hear the gasp of the Sonic fan on her eyes, Wagner! And then you pop up right behind her as she's panicking. You have that wrench at the ready. Uh, how does this go?
Oh, is she out? Okay, cool. Uh, it it just like shatters probably just like a couple of the vertebrae in her neck. Just straight break with like the a nice the thick round end of the wrench and just takes her out. And then he's going to look down at her and he's got like a real nasty look on his face and he goes, here's your shot, darling, because bloodlust is going to bring that injury back one.
Oh,
So
yes, it is. Um,
so I'm just
you,
gonna go ahead and feel a little bit better that I took this person out uh
yeah.
standing
You
over.
you swing that heavy metal wrench through the air, connecting right at the base of the skull. You feel the crack of bone, and you see her rabbit mask fly off of her face as the impact just sends her sprawling forward. You do feel that reinvigoration of like, all right, I can take a breath. The danger here is kind of gone. And as you're kind of like you're on a reset because you're like things are still happening. Hellcat and Josephine nearly tumble over you as you're right outside the service entrance to the restaurant. As you clear the area and suddenly you see Josephine coming out of definitely a battle zone.
Wait. Does
Um
that mean that I can use my first aid kit on him if I see him hurting?
Yeah, you absolutely come out and you see, to your astonishment, Wendy standing over the defeated body of a splicer. Um, and there's while he's not struggling, like he's not in a kind of critical condition, you can tell that he had a fight that he had to kind of like get through. But yeah,
Yeah, I
you
think that
come
I
upon the
immediately
scene.
start like, is this your blood or is this your blood? Uh, what is
jo-
this?
jo-
Are you
Josephine,
hurt? Are
where
you hurt?
Josephine, hold on. Now, where in the hell? What in the hell? And
I don't
uh,
even know. Are you hurt?
Yeah, we have
I
not time for this.
so Wendy is like in almost in like full parent mode talking to Joe, and when Hellcat says that, it like stops him for a moment, and then he stares like a little bit too long at Hellcat, like a little bit like
I
unsure what to
immediately start
say.
grabbing out my first aid stuff while they're doing this.
Yeah, I am looking around and just like just surveying to see if there's anybody else is coming.
Yeah, Hellcat,
Like
you're in
where's
total like
Addison? Like
Hellcat, you're in total like we gotta go mode, like we gotta bounce, and you what you were pulling along Josephine, and there was absolutely no resistance to her. You easily like her body weight was nothing to you. You just scooped her up and took her with you. The instant Josephine sees and comes in contact with Wendy, she cracks out that first aid kit and she is unmovable. You cannot get her from his side. So you are forced to kind of like take a breath and analyze the scene. And you see two splicers on the ground. Um, so you know that the danger isn't ahead, but it is close on your heels. Addison, you come through to this group of essentially like survivors. You recognize like the some of the faces in the group, but you're also just kind of like running from gunshots.
Like, we still got stuff behind here, and I think the sector's going to be closed off very soon because it's flooding. And I turn to the door. Is there any security, like, code area or anything around this door?
It's a service entrance. They really wouldn't have. I mean, they do need to keep it secure. So go ahead and give me a. Oh, you know what? Just make it a luck check. Roll me a d20, and call highs or lows.
Hi. It's a nat 1.
No, they not only is it there no locking mechanism, the locking mechanism that was there, they blasted. They needed to get into this restaurant. So they blasted the door and there's no way to, unless you barricade it with something, but you have an open doorway behind you.
Great. All right, we either need to move or find something to block this because they're going to be right on our asses.
Is there anything around us that we could use? Like maybe is there like a piece of metal or where you could kind of like put a, you know what I'm talking about? Like you put the thing through the handle.
Not really. There's a couple of trash cans, but there's really not a lot that you can use as a barricade. Wendy or Addison, go ahead and give me a brains check.
Sure. Oh, that's the one that's missing. Okay.
You just want one of us to roll, or can I assist Wendy?
No, you're just kind of doing it on your own, just kind of like analyzing.
10 from me.
8 total for me.
I'll say that. Oh, by the way, Natalie, take a token of Adam for that failed roll. And then the both of you,
because we're determined.
Yes.
The both of you look at this door and hey, Wendy, you could easily weld this door shut if you had longer than 2 minutes.
Okay.
I don't think you have that.
Now, I'm gonna need about because Wendy believes in themselves. I need at least a minute and a half to get this situation resolved. But by the looks of, we don't have a minute, much less minute and a half. So
probably more like 15 seconds.
All right. Well then,
what are we waiting for? Let's get the fuck out of here.
Right as you said. And they turn to grab Josephine's hand and like pull them.
I immediately try and assist you in walking since you're wounded.
Yeah, you crack out that first aid kit and you like it's a quick job. You just trying to like cover like you lift up the shirt and get like a kind of patch on there, just enough gauze to like kind of just soak it up, but you realize that it's the bullet is still in there, but it's not bleeding profusely anymore. So you like at least get into a point where it's not a danger immediately.
Okay.
And as you guys kind of like rush out of this alleyway, you're greeted with the windows that view all of Rapture. And you see from different parts of Rapture, like the little telltale pops of gunfire and an explosion over here. And if you really like look, you can see a lot of people moving very quickly in a way that is they do not want to be there. This wasn't just here. This was Rapture.
Well, shit.
Yeah, this is not good.
Something's not right.
Or one of the very few first times Hellcat has nothing to say. He's just shocked. Crazy. Yeah, we gotta get to safety, guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Well,
As
come
is going
along
to
with
try
me.
and
I was gonna say, come along with me. I know a few places we can hide out for at least long enough to catch our breath.
right.
Lead the way.
Yeah. A lot of you tag along with Wendy. Wendy, where was it that you wanted to go?
So about a block, I'd say a block west of Wendy's apartment is like this this shop that Andrew Ryan used to kind of like champion as like one of his favorites, and with them being gone, has kind of fallen into disrepair, and it's still open, but like it's like it's one of those places where like it's like watching like the slow death of a Kmart, you know, like
Oh,
it's
did you mean Andrew Ryan or Fontaine?
Fontaine, sorry.
Fontaine.
Sorry. So Fontaine, but it's like it's the slow death of a Kmart. Like people still go there, but like it's barely staffed. They see maybe one or two people a week, and just behind the alleyway of that, like nobody's gonna check for anybody back there. So there's like a little bit of an alcove that he's seen in various jobs where it's just enough space for all of them to kind of just like hide out, and nobody's gonna be like, oh, at least nobody should be back there. So
Yeah,
gonna head that way.
you are intimately familiar with Apollo Square because you're having to fix so much of it that you know the small corners that you can get to. Usually it's for, just so you can take a quick rest or a bite to eat between jobs. But there is nothing, where the security measures are from Andrew Ryan, where he cares about in Apollo Square. And so you immediately zero in like, hey, this failing business, he will not care about this. And if it's an old Fontaine place, like there's no value to this place that they would like whoever it is that is starting this attack, they went to Kashmir, and there's a lot of potential targets that they were going for. And you are able to like reason, hey, there's nothing there for them. And so a lot of you are able to quickly find like your back routes to up through Apollo Square to kind of like just like the I'll say it's the straight up the storeroom for this this Fontaine front that that even not even the workers really hang back here, even if there is only like one on staff. And so you dip in, you're like sat behind like a pile of like potato chip boxes and like housing ware and just minutia that you're just able to kind of duck into.
All right. Would anybody like to catch this old fool up? What exactly is happening here?
Yeah, I'm familiar. I'm faintly familiar with all the Fontaine dives. So I immediately go. You see me go to like a specific spot, hit a wall, and pull out like a bottle of alcohol, and just start
Oh
like
yeah.
grabbing some bigs and some pouring drinks to everybody. Just like, does anyone else need a drink?
Yes.
Hey, a well-known secret, Fontaine was a smuggler. You find
Yeah.
a smuggler hole right in the wall, and you
What?
find like 3 bottles of his gin that was popular in trade, and you're able to pass it out easily.
Uh, Wendy looks at you like confused because he absolutely did not know this. Like he just knows that the place is abandoned, but he kind of minds his own business. So like, it's kind of just like a no, thank you.
I'll take his.
I think I need to be sober for this.
Immediately grab what you would have handed to Wendy. Right before bullets and chaos started happening, I found Regit showed me a piece of paper that maybe somebody else will be able to make sense of, and I pull out the sheet that Regit showed that with the procedure that was successful. I don't know why, but some of your names are on here, and mine too, and I don't know if this has anything to do with this, but I figured before I get too lost in that, I have to share.
Anyone that wants to can make a brain check. I'm going to warn you, it's very high, but you can at least make an attempt.
Cool.
All right. Why not?
What do you, and I'm like, wait, what are you talking about? And I walk up to you and I look at this list and I'm like, what do you mean my name is on this list?
And I rolled an 11.
I
explode.
Shit.
Exploded too! 15!
Nice.
Yo,
I explode.
Again?
Whoa.
2 times?
Keep going. Hit the god level. Come on.
I have a 37.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
So you know the entire project.
Wendy is a genius. There's a reason.
I is a genius.
I rolled 3 12s in a row and then a 1.
Okay.
The smartest man.
Yeah.
Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. Sparrow will come to you last.
Yeah.
We just broke the game. You broke the games. You broke everything.
We all start chugging our booze real good.
Yeah.
While Wendy's looking at us like, what?
I'm gonna go around the board. So Natalie, you got an 11, correct?
Yes.
Unbelievable.
Hey, it's a lot of medical jargon, but one thing you do recognize on it, Percy Dunn from your office. He was one of the recipients of this procedure. I mean, that's really all you can pull from this document, other than like that it's medical in nature. Flynn, what did you roll?
Oh, well, okay, so I didn't because I rolled when I first got it, and I assumed that I just stayed dumb on that, but hold on. Oh,
go ahead.
That's a 6. Oh, I exploded 7 because it's a +1. Okay.
Okay. Well, it's 6, and then we'll add it at the end.
Oh, yeah, okay. So then 9.
Okay. You're on this list for a procedure, and I will say, you have no recollection of this. Whatever it's saying you did is hearsay to you, because you're going back and there's no connection to you. And then Dianna, what did you get?
I rolled an 11.
Okay. You've done quite a bit for Fontaine, and often under the umbrella of Fontaine Futuristics in a way to legitimize things. But this doesn't feel like that. This doesn't feel like they did something illegal and they're trying to hide it underneath layers of like unintelligible legal jargon. This feels like something that is stating something very obviously, but obvious to people who understand this field. And unfortunately, it's just you don't have it.
Is it? I mean, like, does does this even look faintly familiar in any sort of way? Like, I feel like I was pretty ingrained. Does
Yeah,
this sound?
and you were ingrained in all of the like skeletons in Fontaine's closet because you were doing all the dirty jobs. Um, but this very much has the veneer of something that was like he's not he's not hiding illegality. He's hiding
Mm.
a thing that just he wouldn't get arrested for this. It's something that he just doesn't want out in the public.
I'm looking at this and I'm like, this doesn't make any sense.
Yeah. All right, Sparrow. So you
I feel like
immediately
I feel like I need to
yeah, go for it.
apologize to you for this role. I'm so stupid.
No. This is exactly what it's for. This is you immediately are able to, hey, sometimes you get a job and you have to kind of overcomplicate something on the documentation to appease someone when you're like, yeah, your spigot had gotten loose and I had to tighten it because that's just what happens. But you have to go through all of this kind of like flowery language in order to be like, oh, they did a job. And what you're seeing is a lot of obfuscating language in order to hide some, fairly nefarious things. You see that this procedure has to do with memory. That there was talk about uh, how things are perceived by an individual, what they can remember, and what they can be forced to remember. Um, and you don't recognize anyone on the list except for you see Addison's name, who you've been in acquaintance of, and you see Josephine's name, who like you never at any point in time during your like friendship with each other remember them going to Fontaine Futuristics. So you're looking at Josephine's face, and the shock on it is, hey, this isn't something they're hiding from you either. This is something that is very much like obscured from them. And with that high enough roll, I will say, not only I will allow you to ask a question, but I also want to say that hidden in the document, you see reference to someone referred to as Jack, but beyond that, you're just not really getting anything else from that. But is there anything that you want to ask about this document?
Does the name give me, I guess I'm asking, are there names in this referendum that I would recognize, like either at the top of the document or signed off on, or are they referencing someone that, like, not necessarily the patient list? I'm looking at like who is
Yeah. You immediately recognize Dr. Dr. Sushong. He regularly worked with Fontaine. He was one of the ones responsible for bringing plasmids to Rapture. Essentially, all of the mad scientist tropes, he's got that in spades.
Mm-hmm.
But you kind of see that as a kind of a big name at the top. You don't necessarily know that this was like his day-to-day job, but you know that like he was involved in it. I will say Bernadette Rhodes is on the list, but there's also mention of her work. So there's some possible angles at which Bernadette Rhodes might have been involved or had knowledge of what was happening.
Okay.
Yeah. You guys are all staring at this very hard to decipher document, and you kind of one of you just all of you can tell that immediately Wendy has something.
Seem to got something figured out there.
This is as my grandmother used to say, this is a mess and a half. You can see that they're like struggling with the information that they understand it, but they're like struggling to be like basically let you know what it is that they're understanding. Do you turning to Addison, do you know anything about Fontaine Futuristics? Have you been there? Have you been talking to somebody who has?
I mean, most of Fontaine's stuff is kept pretty tightly under wraps. We just knew how we had to send Big Daddies to keep it on lockdown, make sure it's closed off.
Well, let's just say for now that this document seems to imply that they know a lot more about you than you know about them. And unfortunately, that goes for you too. And,
oh, that's comforting.
Just a slight glance over at Josephine.
Oh, I'm sorry. I misspoke. Addison's name is not on it. It's Josephine's name and Hellcat's name.
Oh, okay. Then that first part then is directed at Josephine, and then the second part to Hellcat. They seem to know a lot more about you too. You talk to them at all?
What does that even mean? Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, there's really no easy way to say this, but they were planning to do something with the both of you. And
what do you mean planning? Planning or already done it? Like what?
That's hard to say because I can look at little Joe over here, and just off the knowledge that I have of her, she is not going to lie to me about this, and she does not look like she knows anything about a Fontaine Futuristic. So if she don't know it, either they were planning or they did something and you don't remember it.
Yeah, and I immediately grab the paper and start folding it up to put it back safely and be like, there's nothing that we can do about that now, but now we know, and we need to figure out what the hell else we're gonna do, because outside isn't gonna stop just because we found out this information.
Well, I mean, just no easy way to say this part either. I mean, we learned this after what amounts to a massive scale attack on our home. You know, water is rushing into this place from several splices, and I believe my ears aren't that old, but several bombs or explosives of some kind. So it is easy to say that our attention is going to be rather split at minimum.
Can I try and see if there's anything like in the room that, since I used one of my first aid kits to kind of like patch up Wendy, is there anything in the room that I'd be able to like refill it with? Or anything?
Yeah, give me a brains check. It's a general, like it's a department store essentially. So I'll say the DC is 6. Because you'd have to essentially rifle through stuff.
Oh, I was
Okay,
gonna say
perfect.
I'll
I got a
I'll
six.
save it. I'll save you the roll because I can give you the spare one that I have that I was gonna use.
I mean, I already had 3, but I just in case.
I'll let you do what you
Well,
gotta
I have
do.
2
Just know
left,
that I
but I
was
did get a
gonna.
6.
Okay.
You did get a 6?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You kind of zero in on um, you can either root around through all of the merchandise and piece together a first aid kit, or you can go to the break room and you look on
I
the
think
wall and you
I'll
find a
go to
first.
I'd go to the break room for sure. Just because it's like I feel too overwhelmed to know what else to do that I have to like I'm trying to keep myself in a as long as I can get this one
I'll
thing done,
say,
then I'll be okay.
Wendy, you've seen this before. When Josephine gets kind of frazzled, when they get kind of overwhelmed with something, they immediately busy themselves with something that they can definitely get done.
Mhm.
And so this is them focusing on a easy to accomplish task.
All right.
I'm gonna
Refill this.
walk over to Addison, and I'm gonna say, so do you know anything about Fontaine Futuristics?
No, other than how it got locked down, and that's generally it. Honestly, based on everything else going on, it might be the safest place to go.
Natalie,
Yep.
Go ahead and give me a brains check. I'll say this is going to be, you are reaching for knowledge that not a lot of people would have access to, so I'm going to say 8.
8? Okay. Let's see. Nope, it's a 4. Oh, sorry, 5
yeah.
total.
Yeah, you're kind of plumbing the depths of your knowledge, and you're just like, oh, it's. You tried your best not to invest yourself too much in Andrew Ryan's affairs because that side tended to get sticky.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, the more information you know, the more politics get involved in your life, and you get a target, and I try not to get a target.
I mean, I used to run jobs for Fontaine and do things for like I ran jobs protecting his shipments. Occasionally smuggle some Adam. I'm making sure everybody does their jobs. So if this document says something about us, Ryan said that he destroyed Fontaine Futuristics, didn't he?
He sunk it.
So there's no way for us to look it up and go see where what they know about us. How can we even find this information?
I will say this. It's fairly common knowledge that Fontaine Futuristics was the kind of the company brand that Fontaine pushed out there. So his department store, his like all of his operations that were kind of trying to be above board, that was sunk in the trench. So like his office and stuff like that, that's gone. But there was a division called Fontaine Futuristics that was underneath, like that was really involved in the development of atom and plasmids, and that was in Prometheus Point. And Andrew Ryan didn't want to lose that, so
exactly.
Regit was working on boarding that up. because Andrew Ryan just took it. That is still a very open space. Though open, I will caution you, there Andrew Ryan doesn't like to share.
Yeah. So then, and you know, while I'm seeing, it's just like, I'm gonna be looking around. I'm gonna be looking around, and I'm gonna be just seeing if we're still safe in our area. And I say, and I look at everybody and I go, we can't stay here our whole lives. We gotta get out of here.
Agreed.
We gotta find a way out of here.
If I can remember where a security point is, I might be able to hack the system to find us a clear path, or at least our safest option.
Rapture isn't safe anymore, guys. We gotta get out of here.
I mean, not that I would want to argue with you, but we just have a long way to go to get out of here, is all.
Anyone who wants to can make a brain check. By the way, Natalie, take 2 tokens for that failure.
Yeah.
A brains check as Hellcat brings up, hey, maybe we ditch Rapture. It's gonna be brains 5. It's not a. You'll have to do some pondering on it.
Yeah.
I got an 8 total.
I'm a 4.
I got a 3.
All right. Dianna and Flynn. We'll start with Dianna. Hellcat has the idea of just leaving, but like just blue skying idea. Let's get out of here, man. Where do you even? What is the next step? What's the branch you go to? Man, that is just a big concept to try and put into your brain. Josephine is. You've spent your whole life in Rapture. Rapture is what you know. Leave Rapture. Like, what is that? That's impossible. That's unbelievable. Addison, you know that immigration and emigration to and from Rapture is under lockdown. You have to get an invite to come here, and you cannot leave. Andrew Ryan is very strict about who knows about Rapture. But I mean, you could go to the transit authority and see if maybe you can finagle something. Maybe you get like a shipping license in order to go abroad, and then from there. But like all of these are very much, I guess, what if, maybe. But yeah, that's your best.
Yeah. And my answer to that is then what's the alternative, guys? Like, we can't just sit here for the rest of our lives. We've got some crazy guys who are looking to blow us up, you know, and where we stand. We've got the, you know, we've got Adam, or not Adam, excuse me. We've got Ryan. Who knows where he wasn't even here tonight. Like, where was he? Did he know this was gonna happen?
That is the question, isn't it? Where was he?
What are we gonna do? We gotta do something. We can't just sit here.
You are quite correct in your reasoning. Is just for some of us, it took an arm and a leg to get down here, and I imagine that it will be twice as difficult to leave. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what we're gonna do, but you're right. We can't really stay here. I just, where do we go?
Like,
as that question hangs in the air, I'm going to go ahead and bring us to break. We're going to take a quick 10-minute break, and when we come back, we will figure out what everyone's going to do. Oh,
Yuri.
oh, geez. Everything
Oh
crashed
no,
in
Pat
just
froze.
a second.
Yeah,
No.
frozen for me in Discord as well.
Oh, no.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Are we still here?
The captures are still going. So
Oh.
Pat says everything crashed in just a second. Okay.
Oh no.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on. I will transition
Oh.
us and No, there we are. Now we're back. Welcome back to Bioshock Perdition. Hopefully, you all got your breaks in and are refreshed and ready to go because there's some shenanigans going down, and we're going to go ahead and come back to that department store storeroom. The overhead lights casting spotlights on the floor in the kind of like dim darkness. You can all, I mean, you're in the back room of a store, but you can kind of hear the outside of Rapture around you, and it's very much. You'll hear a boom off to the side. You'll hear the rattle of gunfire. So outside, there is still a lot going on.
I think Addison's like been sort of there, like with the glass of liquor, just holding her like bridge of her nose, thinking of what kind of steps to try and get everyone out. We could hit the Pythia and Pythia offices, see what permissions we can get from there, and just go one at a time to get higher and higher until we find what we need to get out. And then she's like trying to mentally either scratch things out and rewrite, trying to figure out the math of how that chain would work.
Wendy like winces and then stands up with a little bit of effort, and they move to this corner of the stock room that has like a full-length mirror set up, and they kind of just like basically pull open the shirt, pull it back, and with your permission, Patrick, they're going to try and use some telekinesis to pull this bullet out of their side.
Hey,
Sorry.
you can easily throw a chair. That's not a problem. You swoop it out of the air and throw it. This roll, you're digging inside of yourself for a small foreign object. So I'm
Can I help
going to
somehow?
absolutely allow it. This is 100% allowable.
Fair.
Go ahead and make a, I'm going to say a 15 brain check.
All right, I'm gonna need to explode, which
You exploded 3
will not-
times. Maybe you just keep on going.
Listen, I'm gonna look away because I'm scared. Okay, that is an explosion.
Oh shit.
Getting the luck.
Oh my god, so close. I got a 16 total.
Okay.
Okay. It's like
You
terrified. Sorry. Go on.
You kind of reach out with your mind and are like, I understand my body enough to know when there's something that is hurting me. So all you do is focus on what is hurt thing inside of me, get rid of hurt thing. And you grab hold of it, and man, whoever is looking on, it is not pretty. Wendy has to like concentrate on, hey, pull this thing out of your own flesh, and also don't pass out while doing it. And so you watch a man in front of a mirror just like really like all the effort and strain on Wendy's face, beads of perspiration, absolutely. But after
This is crazy. Can I help? I mean, like, this is legitimately insane.
you like have that impulse of like, please don't kill yourself. And as you get over, like you move in a way to try and like do anything to help, and you see a small object kind of like rotate out of the wound, spinning still in the air from the rifling that sent it in there in the first place. And Wendy, you're able to grab the bullet that has only mildly deformed against your own flesh. The bullet has been removed. I will say, you take a minor injury from this because, wow,
Oh,
you
crap.
decided to pull a bullet out of yourself with your brain.
So do I have 2 minor injuries now? Because the blood.
No.
Wait, no, hold on. I'm just trying to walk this backwards. So I had a major injury. Bloodlust demoted that to a minor injury, and then Josephine used the first aid kit. So now I'm back up to a minor injury. I just wanted to make sure
Yes.
I'm following that. Okay, cool.
Yes.
Got it.
Can I use another
Fun-
first aid kit?
Please don't.
Josephine,
I have 3.
you come back into the room being like, I found a first aid kit, to seeing Wendy holding a bullet that he just pulled from his own body.
Wendy is
What
absolutely
on
like using a
earth?
stocking shelf to like prop himself up after this because they are exhausted just from this
I
effort.
immediately go grab a chair and almost too forcefully sit him down and be like, stop, just stop doing anything, just sit for a moment and patch him up.
They like go to open their mouth, they do like and then they don't say anything.
As yeah,
Wow.
go ahead.
I'm just like, wow, that's pretty hard.
While I'm patching
Say
him
that
up,
to you.
can I try and roll to see if there's anything else that I can rack my brain to do, whether it be busying myself with something else after fixing him,
Yeah.
or if there's...
I'll say there's so many trails that you can follow right now. Give me a brains check. I'll say every 5 levels will get you a level of success. So if you get 5, I'll give you something. If you get 10, you'll get even more.
Okay. Well, I have a 6 + 1, so
You could explode.
6. Okay.
Okay.
5. Oh.
Okay. Okay.
So
So you're at
that's 12.
12. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I said if you get 10, that I'll give you something. Go ahead and ask a question, and I will
fuck.
then provide you with more detail. Or
Oh no. Okay.
I can offer up some options, and we can see. You're looking at all of you. None of you, like, Wendy was able to miraculously piece together information on this, but the 2 people that are on this list have no knowledge of what happened. However, there's 3 names that are on this list that aren't in this room
Oh yeah.
that you
Let's go
could
get 'em.
talk to.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't know where a lot of you'd have to kind of hunt them down, maybe like go through Rapture's governmental agencies, which are not robust, or like see if anyone has any knowledge of. Let's see, it was. If anyone has any knowledge of Laurel West, Bernadette Rose, or Percy Dunn.
I don't.
Those names don't really sound familiar, but I could, look at the.
Well, if we're looking for people, because if Josephine mentions this aloud, Addison knows Percy. So, if I remember, they were on medical leave today, so they might be at home.
Oh, yeah, you absolutely know his address.
Yeah, we can. Hopefully he stayed home and wasn't lying about being sick.
All right, then.
Let's hope. Are you able
So
to
we could like
walk?
sorry.
You're okay.
I was saying,
Are
so
you
we
able to
could
walk,
sit
Wendy?
here. I think there's a delay. I know that's okay. That's perfectly
Okay.
all right. I said that we can sit here and we can wait for the walls to fall in, or we can like figure out how to punch back. Because I don't know about you guys, but I ain't dying in a broom closet.
No.
So we got this guy. We have a lead. I say we go look for him.
All right,
What do
let
we got?
me.
We got Adam. Anything worth more than what we got here?
Yeah, we should probably raid this place, see what we can grab. I can maybe hack into the security here to at least get a view on what's around this building to make sure we have a clear path to get out.
Let's see. If you want to kind of raid this back room, I'll just ask for brains. I'll say 8 because Josephine already did kind of a cursory glance, and this is a Kmart on the downside, so you're not looking at like the top merchandise. Um, but, you can 8 brains check. I'm gonna for Natalie for Addison for hacking. Um, Go ahead and give me also a brains check, but I'm gonna say your difficulty is 10.
All right. Well, I have hacking expert, which adds a +3 to brain rolls for hacking security devices.
Okay, go for it.
So let's hope I finally rolls really high. Okay, that's plus. Okay, I think I just make it because it's 7 + 1 is 8 + 3 is numbers 11.
Okay. We'll get to you in a moment. Did anyone want to do their check to see if there's any valuables to be had? Nope. Okay. Um, Addison, you go over to look for any kind of security system. You know that there are security cameras in Apollo Square. Um, Once Atlas started showing up in Apollo Square, you knew that Andrew Ryan took a keen interest in the area. Um, and so you find like, yeah, they back when the store was something to be, that Fontaine was actually supporting. He didn't want to get raided by Andrew Ryan, so you are able to hack through their security system. It's a bit faded. Systems aren't as responsive as you'd like, but you're able to kind of chart a path, and you are the you've been hearing it over like muffled booms and clatter of faraway gunfire. This is the first chance that you actually see uh, it is chaos. Like there are splicers running around. Splicers were a thing that were kind of like a taboo to talk about. Like they hid in the shadows, and everyone kind of ignored the fact that this is just what happens if you get too hard into plasmids. But they're very much out in the open. They're moving around, and they definitely have an agenda, and that seems to be a pro Atlas agenda. Like as you're looking at the screen, you're seeing them attack anything that has to do with Andrew Ryan, and they're rallying in places that seem to be very much in support of like the populace. Uh, but you're able to chart a path of like, all right, Andrew Ryan is active in these areas. He's he's not so concerned with these areas, and his lack of attention means that the splicers kind of got what they wanted and moved on. So you chart a path that can get you there with minimal interaction with anyone else, if you'd like to go.
Yes, so I'll return to everyone in the group with that information. There's a lot more splices out there than I even thought existed in Rapture, but I figured out a path that we can get to Percy.
All right.
Let's move.
I'm gonna need.
Before we get
yeah?
too deep into things, Wendell Hendricks, just kind of like kicking off like a hey, we should probably do that.
Yeah,
Right.
some of you
This
don't
is
know each other.
Josephine.
Addison Fox.
Miss Fox, it is a pleasure to see you again. Wish the circumstances were better.
Yeah, I thought my morning was already ruined, but apparently my night's been a blast.
Hmm. Don't laugh.
You can call me Hellcat.
Hellcat it is.
I'm Josephine. Yes.
The four of you, now familiar with each other, start down the path. Addison leading the way, going around like populated areas, refraining from using public transit because that is kind of like a easy point to gather lots of aggressive people. And gradually you make your way over. It's you get to Daedalus Circle, and this is a well-to-do area of Rapture. Like the area around the residential is like this gleaming like city street. There's like actual like marble on this like marble stone inlaid in the ground with like filigree to really like make this place feel just like this luxurious haven amongst a utopia. You're seeing like brass railings that crisscross over the streetways. But you also are hearing splicers. If you are a down and out, like a poor, wretched soul in Rapture, and you are given the chance to level the playing field, one of your first targets is probably going to be Daedalus Circle. I need all of you to make a flight check. I'm going to say difficulty of 4.
A second roll. Is this to sneak around, like to avoid detection?
Yes, it is.
Then I would like to add my natural camouflage, please.
All
That's
right.
a +3 to flight rolls to avoid detection.
Go ahead and make your roll, and we'll see how well you do. And if you do well enough, you can help the others.
Well, I rolled a 1, so I definitely need that +3, so that's a 4 total. And a 2 to my item! Save it up.
Okay. What did everyone get? Oh. Okay. What did Hellcat
3
get?
from Wendy.
A 3.
I got 15. I exploded.
Hey, I'll give the atom that I just earned to the other two, just to get them on the same number as me.
Yeah, as long as you spend 2 atom for each point, you are able to.
I failed a lot. I'm good.
All of you watch as Addison has this strange preternatural ability to kind of like push themselves to the extremities of this very well-to-do street. Addison, you work in this area, and you have knowledge of like, hey, this is a thoroughfare, this is an access point, this is where like leads to residential, and you're able to like, not only do you all watch as the shadows seem to kind of like wrap around Addison and blend them from any kind of sneaky observer, but they are able to navigate through this area. But as you turn around to like make sure your group is with you, you only see Hellcat and Wendy following close on your heels. And as you're about to like, do I have everyone? You see Josephine way ahead of you, like flagging you down at the elevators to the residential.
All right, sneaky.
Come on, faster.
you guys all crowd into the elevator and slide the like folding gate closed in front of you. You hit the floor number and raise up. Um, the most of the hostility is in the streets for now, so you're okay. And you make it to the residential floor, and Addison, you're able to easily get them to Percy Dunn's apartment. It is after midnight. Also, you are going to be knocking on a door after midnight.
Happy New Year.
Yeah, it's New Year's and
Happy
there's
New Year.
been bangs all outside. So, and I like just hard, like triple knock on the door. Mr. Dunn!
It takes a moment, but the door shakily opens, and a man with dark complexion and um, like braids in his hair comes to the door. Has kind of like a slight bohemian swag to him, like a bit less dapper, a bit more free. But he's shaky and he's like, "Are you with the security forces?"
No.
Did you order them?
No, I heard all the explosions going off, and I worried for. I'm sorry. I'm Trevor Hund. Is there something I can help you with?
I was looking for Percy Dunn.
You see his face kind of fall. He's like, "Are you from the hospital?"
No, I'm
Yes.
from.
Yes.
Flynn, could you make me a charm check?
Yeah. Oh fuck. Well, that's 3.
Boy.
You see his eyes narrow at you, and he's like, "Okay, I'll let you see Percy then." And he opens the door and allows you in. It's a rather nice apartment. There's, luxuries that were clearly spent to just like add flair to the apartment. But he takes you over to a bedroom and he opens the door. And there's another dark skinned man whose face is gaunt. His clothes are in shambles, and he's hugging his knees and rocking back and forth. And Trevor sits down next to him and says, Percy, the hospital is sent someone to check on you. And you see Percy look up, and he's like, "No, they didn't. No, they didn't. No, no. It can't be them. It can't be them."
And I'm
Mr.
immediately gonna
Dunn?
sit on the. You can continue to talk, but as you're talking, I sit on the bed at his feet and just like gently put my hand on him to like be a calming presence as Addison speaks.
Yeah. Go ahead and make another charm check. Oh, and take 2 Adam for your
Oh
left.
fuck! You let us in, so I didn't know. Okay. Oh, that's a 2.
You see he becomes agitated and he's like, "Two things can't be true. Two things can't be true. Two things can't be true." And he gets even like he backs away from you. And you see Trevor kind of puts a hand, like an appreciative hand on your hand, and he's like, "I'm so sorry. He just he doesn't respond well to touch."
Understood.
And Addison just takes very gentle, light-footed steps around the bed. She's like, "Mr. Dunn, it's Addison Fox from the office."
No, you're not Addison. No, that can't be. Who is Addison?
Trevor, what's wrong with him?
I'm really sorry. He's tonight is a pretty bad night. He's usually a bit more. He had trouble once the ruckus kicked off. He's, I think, I mean, you would know. You're from the hospital. Um, the doctors thought maybe he was experiencing high levels of stress that were maybe kicking off a psychosis. They didn't. You didn't give us a proper answer for this particular affliction.
We're still unsure, which is why I decided to fly with a friend from the office.
Security.
Possibly. Yeah, and security. See if possibly
Okay, well,
the understanding of the they had at work.
I mean, if you'd like to, he's not, unfortunately, a very cooperative interviewee, but you can ask what you'd like. I'll answer as much as I know.
I think Addison's just keeping her eyes on Percy because she's interested in what he's been saying, especially saying like that I can't be Addison. So I just look at him and say, why can't two things be true at once?
Two things together, they go against each other. They block each other. They can't be true. You are one thing, or you are another thing, or you cannot be both. It has one thing is true, and that is what I know. That is how it works.
Where did you hear that
from? Remember, Trevor, when the signs of this started happening? I didn't have it in the charts.
I mean, it's hard to. It started off as just a kind of anxiety. I noticed he was just. He wasn't telling me the truth, and he's up to that point been very forthright.
Let me see.
And then at a certain point he started journaling, and I thought that would help him, but that seemed to have sent him into further of spiral. But to pinpoint the exact time is all I can say is that he went in for that checkup in Fontaine Futuristics, and he just did not. He was never quite the same after that.
When was his checkup?
Had to be over a year now. It's been a while, and I mean, since Fontaine Futuristics is without Fontaine, there's, I mean, no one I can really go to ask about this.
You said that he took some, that he wrote some journals. Where are those?
Oh, yes. He goes, like, he gently gives Percy a squeeze on the hand, and gets up from the bed and goes to the closet and pulls out 4 boxes full of notebooks.
Oh. Some journals.
He's a regular William Shakespeare.
It's quantity more than quality, unfortunately. He got it on the page, but I can't make heads or tails of it.
Can we do a check? Like, can we roll something? Are we able to? Can we open them?
Yeah, he's giving you full access. Go ahead and roll brains, and it's gonna be a 20.
Ooh.
Patrick.
I'll try and also look over them.
Yeah, who's got better brains? I got a 6. +1.
I only could roll good tonight. I rolled a 2 + 1.
It's gonna be an 8 from your boy.
Yeah, I also got an 8.
5.
Yeah, you are
Wow.
reading
Can't
through
make heads or tails of it.
the scrawlings of a madman. Though you go back earlier,
I was about to
try
say,
and be
yeah,
like,
can we look at, like, the early days before, you know, maybe we were checking out the stuff that he wrote like
Too recent.
2 weeks ago, you know?
yeah,
Like what?
yeah. You first just crack open the first book, and it's just nonsense gibberish combined, like all vomited onto the page. So you put that box aside, and you get to the like very first box, and you open up the journal. First page, it's fairly coherent. It's Percy commenting about how did his desk move? Did they move my desk? Why would they move my desk? It used to be. I'm pretty sure it was against the wall. I can't. Did things always look like this in the office? Maybe they have someone that comes in. I must be working too hard. It's hard to picture it anymore. And you get slight things like this where he's comparing a thing to another thing, and they often just don't match up. And after time, it just becomes more frantic, where it's just like, no, that shop was a bar before, and now it's just selling tonics. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense. Why would it be like that?
He's losing time.
I look over, I look over to Josephine. I say, Josie, this guy, he's losing his mind. Like, what are we doing here?
I don't know that we're gonna get anything from this. Trevor, I really appreciate you letting us have a word with Percy here. I'll definitely make sure to note it in his charts, our visit. But I think that we'll need to get back and run a few more possible tests.
Dianna and Flynn, could you roll me a grit check of 5?
Yes. Oh, hang on, it's a D20. Oh, fuck me, goddamn, that's 2.
Aww.
Go ahead and take some tokens.
Cool. Thanks, Pat.
Oh, I'm muted. That exploded.
Oh, okay.
Woo!
17, and then you said +2.
No. It.
What'd you say about the grit? Oh, sorry, I misheard.
No, it was the DC was 5.
Oh, cool. Yeah, 17 then.
Josephine, I don't think you see. Oh, I believe someone purchased a reroll for Flynn. You get. Yeah, go ahead and do a reroll on that.
My undying
Yay.
gratitude.
I'd like to thank Iron Pist for getting you that.
Hey,
Yeah.
thank you, best friend. Oh my god. What a king. Okay. Oh god. All right. Just throw it. All right. Here we go. Okay, that's 14. Ooh, fuck me. Oh,
Okay.
Yay!
instant.
All right.
I think the both of you look at Percy, and for like, there's a moment where you look at a person that apparently had the same procedure as you, and you're looking and trying to like identify, hey, am I like that? And you're going through trying to like, have you ever experienced any kind of like paranoia or a deja vu that seems unreal, or perhaps just remembering something and it just isn't the way, like it, there's someone that says, no, that's not how it went. Um, and you're not having that sensation. You do not match up with the things that are happening to Percy. Um, and for whatever reason, um, Percy has experienced a like rapid deterioration, but there was a point where it was just a he was noticing things, and I think it on that kind of role, you both look at the way you've been approaching life, and you're like, that's not me. I don't think that's me.
Yeah, of course. I don't even. Why are we having this conversation? It's not me at all.
I'm fine. We're fine.
Yeah.
All right. Trevor looks at you and he's like, you can take whatever journals you'd like. Honestly, I'm tired of them myself. Uh, I think we've had a rather long night. Is there anything else that you wish to inquire about?
I think we're okay unless my associates.
And I was here
Is
as
there
a
anything-
friendly face from the office, so.
My question is that you say that he went in for a checkup, and then
Yeah.
like what exactly was the checkup for?
Fontaine Futuristics contacted us about he got an incinerate plasmid. He thought it was a lot of fun to, you know, flick flame around and show off. But they said that some others who were getting the plasmid were getting side effects, and they wanted to check on him. So they brought him in, and they didn't seem to find anything.
How kind.
Is there anything else that you could think about that you think would, with what's going on with him, and anything that seems weird? Has anyone else come in to check in on him or asked any questions about him, or?
I mean, we have that monthly visit from uh, the guy. He says he's from something eugenics. He says he's with Andrew Ryan, checking on some of the old files on in Fontaine Futuristics. I forget his name, but I'm sure. Oh wait, I think I wrote it down. Let's see. Bernard Perry. If you want to ask, I mean, it's not Fontaine Futuristics anymore, but if you want to go to Prometheus Point and see about talking to Mr. Perry, it's really the only contact I've had.
Extremely helpful. Thank you, Trevor.
I think during that whole conversation, Addison went from paying attention to Percy to clocking Wendy and seeing what's going on in Wendy's head based on like how Percy's acting and what we know of both Josie and Hellcat, but knowing at least existing relationship with Josie.
Wendy, unfortunately, is not even like looking in that direction. They seem to be a bit preoccupied with the previous wound in their side. And I think at some point they clock that they're being watched, and so they turn to look. And they see Addison, and they kind of mouth like, "Did I miss something?" in their direction.
She just sort of does like a wide-eyed like head tilt.
So Wendy's then going to kind of perceive Percy and then look over at what I presume Josephine is holding, a stack of journals, or does or Hellcat have those now?
Oh, there's so many journals. They're both like digging through them. There's just like book after book, just flipping through pages. And hey, Flynn, you're reading the kind of ramblings of a madman. And it's
Yup.
like, I mean, how do you, how does you kind of convey yourself as you're seeing this person completely fall apart, without any kind of, I don't know, match to the fuse?
I think the amount of rage that Fontaine is the reason I lost my sister, and then B probably did something to me and Helena and multiple others, and now I'm seeing the worst of it in somebody that Addison was working with. So I'm barely keeping it together while just kind of like blankly now staring at these journals, and like kind of trying to pack them back into this little crate that he said we could just take. Well, I'm gonna take Mom with us
He
to go.
Trevor does not move to stop you. Like he's not like possessive
No.
over it at all.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna like start stack. I'm organizing them, getting myself to do something different while the transition to our next task is.
Through all of this, and I'm watching all of this, and I'm thinking to myself, Percy or Harry, whoever, what did you do for what was your job?
Oh, are you asking Percy?
Yeah, or
Um,
whoever can answer the question. What did he
yeah.
do? What was his job?
Uh, Percy like kind of like thinks for a moment, and he's like, I got people where they needed to be in places they're not supposed to be. There's you go through a wall. Sometimes you have to go through a wall, but it's not the wall's not there. You just have to tell them that I'm going through the wall, and they let you through the wall. I needed to make sure that the right people went where they needed to go, and Trevor's like, okay, yeah, he was, from what I recall, he got all the proper paperwork in order for construction to get going. Addison would know, like, Percy was the bureaucrat. Like, he wasn't necessarily an engineer, but he had all of the high level clearance to get into places like, hey, we're going to be doing construction in Hephaestus. Andrew Ryan is really protective of that, and you're going to have to jump through some hoops. Get Percy on it. And all of you kind of had to pick up that slack in the meantime. You guys can get it done, but he was always the one that had the knowledge of where to, who to talk to, what to get where you want it.
Would he know how to get us out of here?
Out of where? Out of Daedalus Circle? I mean, I'm sure you can, if you contact the security forces, I'm sure they would be able to help you.
No, out of Rapture.
Trevor audibly gasps and he's like, I out of Rapture? I
I
mean,
think I immediately like had put my hand on Helena, like,
I mean, things are bad out there, but I'm this is it's perfect here. They everything is going to be better. Everything's gonna be fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
And you are so right, Trevor. And thank you again so much for all of this information and your help. And we'll definitely visit to Bernard.
Um, Patrick, can I clock their reaction to Josephine talk a bit effectively lying to get us in here? Is there something I can roll to see if they believe it or not?
Yeah. Go ahead and do I'll say a grit check. And it'll be opposed. You're just gonna like seeing if the vibe feels okay, or if you have to make a break for it after this.
Yeah, okay, that's a 7 from
not,
me.
Because you're wounded.
You can see that Trevor is suspicious of you in that way that, like, hey, I don't know the answers to this, but it's not like he's already called security forces for like the things that are happening outside, and they're probably already engaged. What are they going to respond to for a home invasion? Like, it's such small potatoes that you're like, yeah, he's a little suspicious. He might not let us back in the door, but I don't think it's a like, hey guys, arm up because we're about to have trouble.
Okay. All right. Because not that Wendy doesn't believe that they are charming to an effect, but I think too many lies makes the suspicion go up, so that's why they're kind of hanging back and like seeming like they're not really paying attention, or they actually are not really engaging. But okay, that they will kind of keep in their mind for when we leave. So it's kind of like maybe we should briskly walk out, but it's not like we gotta go. he's tripped the alarm.
Yeah, I mean, Wendy, this doesn't involve you. You're kind of like hanging around as almost like the muscle of the group. I mean, so far you've been the brains. We're gonna say that. But so far, like, you've just kind of been in a support role because you can see Josephine is, maybe not processing this well. So you're just kind of like, hey, maybe a friendly face will keep things from getting worse. But as you kind of like take that in, Trevor kind of like motions for you politely to, vamoose. It's been a long night and it's probably not over.
Right.
And he says goodbye. He, thanks for stopping by. If you if you figure out anything about his prognosis, I suppose we'll always be open to hearing that.
We'll be in touch. I'm like trying to maneuver the banker box of journals.
Miss pointed look at Josephine. Miss Masters, I will take that from you, if you don't mind. And he goes and grabs.
I turn to.
Oh, you muted.
Oh, we lost. You lost you.
I lost you for a second. What did you say?
Me? I'm back?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you're back.
Okay. Sorry. Instead, like, I am piercing eyes looking at you and your wound, like, darting back and forth, and so I turn to Hellcat instead and be like, "Would you be a dear, please?" And ask for help with the banker box so that Wendy doesn't want to take it from me. He doesn't hold it.
Sure. I take it and I'm like, do we really need all these books? And as I mutter under my breath, and I'm like, all right. And, I just kind of like grab it like a 16 pack or however many 24 pack.
Now there's this awkward moment where Wendy has their hands out and then you deliberately hand it to another person and they have to just put their hands back at their sides. And
I look at you and I'm like, I don't rest.
Well, I suppose we will be on our way. And turns to leave.
Yeah. I'll say it is pretty late at this point. There are a number of avenues you could take, but at this point, a lot of them are going to be closed to you just because of the hour. So it might be wise to kind of like figure out another time to reconnoiter or figure out things that you plan to do but can't quite accomplish tonight with the current aggression going on in the streets.
I had to Google what reconnoiter meant, Patrick.
Is there another safe house anywhere nearby? I mean, would I have another safe house nearby, or
give me
or any guests that were at the party that I
wait.
know are dead that we could then break into their house and just like live there?
Reggie was telling me about the place that he found the document and it's being all boarded up.
Yeah, but that's in the Prometheus Point, and that is heavily secured.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, bad. Okay.
Diana, go ahead and give me a brains check. I will say DC 3 because you're just kind of like you've gone to ground quite a few times.
Oh, nice. 4. Okay.
Hey, let's say Becca the Snitch. She snitched one too many times, and eventually her residence very much became open.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no.
Snitches get stitches.
Get stitches.
I know a place where we can go and it's a long night unless we wanted to keep going, but we need to be careful.
Yeah, I think if we push ourselves too much, we're going to exhaust and start causing our own problems just through that. I think we need to get some rest and top ourselves up.
You will find no pushback from me on that.
Yeah, you're not looking very well.
Thank you, I think, but I've had worse and I will be okay.
Hellcat is saying this to you, despite the fact that an explosion happened in their face and they've got like soot burns on their face. They definitely like clothing has torn on them, and they're looking at you and being like, "Oof, you look rough."
As a matter of fact, and they kind of point to like a burn hole in your shirt, like, and they go, "Here, if perhaps this can help keep you modest," and hands over their blazer they're currently wearing. That has a little bit of a bullet hole in it, but other than that, it looks pretty good.
I say, thank you. I just say thank you, and I'm like weirded out by that, and just look at you kind of curiously. And
I'll say
then I
you,
put it on.
I'll say you all get on your way. I will mention, Addison, you're actually close to your apartment. You live in Daedalus Circle, so if you want to do a quick stop to pick anything up, um, now would be like the time.
Oh, yeah. I think I just kind of paused for a second. It's like, wait, I got an apartment. I got an apartment nearby. It may not remain safe with all that's going outside, but we can at least grab what food I may have, and I can quickly, as I gesture to my dress, that was just a skimpy black dress that's now also torn, and I have like marks of shrapnel blood on me. At least grab what we can from my apartment and move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys step into like a quick detour. Addison, your apartment, I'm guessing a bit sparse, not
Yeah.
particularly warming. You come into maybe like a rug and like 2 pieces of furniture.
Yeah, it very much reads like frat boy first year, first room ever on their own.
Bachelor pad.
I walk into the kitchen and I'm like, "Do you got anything to eat?" And I open up the fridge. Do you have anything?
Cream, a tub of cream cheese that may be expired, some like a half loaf of like a half thing of bagels.
As everyone is kind of like perusing your apartment, I'll say you watch them all kind of like go to different corners, being like, "Man, this place is just empty." You look down at your feet and see a piece of paper.
Oh, and I bend down and pick it up.
It says, "Can we talk in private, Marshall?"
Okay.
And that's where we're going to end this session.
Wait, who the hell
Thank
is
you,
Marshall?
everyone,
What
for
Who the
watching.
hell is Marshall? Hold on a second.
Patrick's
We're
like,
not
nope,
done.
see ya.
Next week.
Thank you all for tuning in for Bioshock Perdition. I'm Patrick. I have been your game master. My pronouns are he, him. I'm on Blue Sky at Mr. Patrick Cakes, and I will throw it over to Natalie.
Yeah. Hey, everybody. I'm Natalie, she, they, and I was playing Addison, she, her. Find me most places on the internet with Ghost Candle or Ghost Sleep Candle on Twitch and YouTube. I am primarily an artist, but an actual play performer. You will find me fluttering about different tables like this one, so follow me for a good time.
We'll throw it over to Sparrow.
Hi, hello. I am your favorite burb on the interweb, A Black Sparrow. You can find me at A Black Sparrow most places, and on Blue Sky at ablacksparrow.com. I do also own ablacksparrow.bsky. That's social, and it just tells you to go to ablacksparrow.com. This is a big fun time, and I'm glad to be here. I played Wendell, who is he, him, and I am also a he, him, and I'm so excited for next week.
All right.
Back to the studio.
Gonna toss it over to Dianna.
Hi, I am Dianna. My dog just opened the door. I lost my train of thought. I played Hellcat. Pronouns she, her, and both are, and I am also she, her as well. And you can find me on the internet as Girl Pants, GRLPANTS. I am primarily on Blue Sky, but you can also find me anywhere else, really. GRLPANTS. Really excited to be here. And who the hell is Marshall?
And then I will throw it over to Flynn.
Okay, hi, I'm Flynn. I also want to know who the hell is Marshall. I am. My pronouns are they, she, and I played Josephine Holiday, who is she, her. And you can find me only on Twitch.
Oh.
I am on. Oh, you lost me again.
Yeah, say it again.
Okay, you can find me only on Blue Sky, or I'm at Desert, or Flynn, like Errol, or Ryder, depending on your age. Um, that's it. Who's Marshall?
So it cut out for a second. Flynn said their name is Oh My God Flynn. So thank you everyone for watching, and please join us again next week.
I can't wait.
Who the hell is Marshall?
Who the hell is Marshall?
We
And it crashed again.